Kiss Me, coming in from Rita Ora and playing for you right here on 88.2 Sanyu FM. Welcome to the show if you've just joined me. It's the Hit Selector, your number one request show. I'm Crystal, and right now I'd like to welcome my guest on Celeb Select. I have the lovely Eleanor here with us. Welcome to the show, my dear.
Hi, Crystal. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Mrs. Nabwiso, but do you still use your maiden name?
No, not really. I use Nabwiso all the way.
Okay, all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no big change. I was Nancy Bo, then became Nabwiso. So
it's very
like
close.
Yeah.
Nancy Bo. Okay, definitely. So how are you? How's your Saturday?
Good. Mm-hmm. How have you been?
Very good. The last time I saw you was at the Asfas, I believe.
The crazy night.
Crazy table we were sitting at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, we always want to get to know you better, what makes you who you are. So maybe you can always start with where you were born.
Wow. I was born in Sir Albert Cook Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And born to Mr. and Mrs. Kefa Sempanji.
Mm-hmm.
Then grew up in Mukono, then grew up in Busega, then got married. Now I have 3 kids. Basically, that's my life. And I've been acting for almost all my life.
All your life?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I have read a lot about you is you say you're very boyish, like a tomboy, and people are always surprised. Like, for example, can I just say right here and now, she has no makeup on, no makeup whatsoever.
I always have trouble with everyone. We go for red carpets and they're like, you have no makeup? We spend so much on makeup. I'm like, yeah, I tried, but I look like a young doll. I just can't see my nails. Literally.
I know. Natural nails, no makeup. She's wearing a really just casual jean shirt.
I'm always casual.
So were you like a tomboy? Were you climbing trees and
all
stuff
the time?
like that?
I was always beaten for climbing trees. Always.
I used to climb trees.
I had a bike. Yeah?
Yeah, so much fun.
I've always had a bicycle since I was 11 years old. I still have that bicycle, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I always ride around. Everyone's like,
wait.
Women don't ride bikes.
First rewind.
Yeah.
You have the same bicycle.
I still have it. I keep pimping it, raising the chair and raising.
From 11.
Yeah, I still have it. So.
Okay, and what about your siblings? Are you the oldest?
No, I'm the third. Out of 5.
Out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 girls, 1 boy.
So middle child syndrome, is it?
I do.
Is
I know.
It real?
Guilty. It's real. Always seeking attention from our parents. Always. All these things are actually true that they say about middle children.
Because that's what I hear. I mean, you feel like you're just somewhere in the middle. You're forgotten. So either some people act out and get in trouble for attention, or they're super sweet and they're the goody ones.
Well, maybe to prove it, I think I've always been in trouble. Always with my parents.
Trouble.
Always in trouble. Growing up, every time, you did this. And I'm like, okay, yeah, now I got your attention.
So what do they call you at home?
Elena.
Yeah. So that was the name that was always going to be screamed in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if someone says Elena, I'm like, okay, that's like a neighbor or that's family. Someone knows me
knows
somewhere.
What did I do?
Yeah.
Okay, where did you go to school?
I went to school in Namagunga primary school. Then I went to Seta High School.
Namagunga was boarding?
Yeah.
So you were in boarding all the way from?
I was sent away from P3. I was in boarding school from P3 to P7. Okay, all the way to high school.
Okay.
So
Namagunga primary you said first then?
Yeah. Then Seta High School. Seta High for O and A level.
Okay.
Then did Sikkim for university.
You said you always acted. You've been acting forever. So even, was that like at home, you'd do the dress up in your mom's clothes and high heels?
Yeah.
And
then you'd put a sweater on your head to have that long hair on you.
My daughter does that. Yeah. My daughter does that. She had short hair and we were so concerned for a while.
No, you don't have to be to grow into it. You just grow into it. You put a sweater, then you put a ponytail and you act like Miley Cyrus or whoever you're seeing on CBBS.
Okay. So in school, did you start acting or did that come later?
I actually did. Every time they'd ask, who wants to be like Joseph or Mary? Actually, my first role, I was a sheep.
Okay.
In the Mary's play, because I know back in the day they used to choose the light-skinned girl or the good-looking people, and then I was really short and a bit darker than I am now, and they go like, Yeah, you'll be the sheep.
Oh.
And every time I'll be there, meh. And then the next year I'll say, I'll do better. Then I'll put my hand up, Mary, Mary, Joseph, Mary. And then they gave me one of the 3 wise men.
Okay.
I said, I'm stepping up now.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next time I was Mary, and I was like, yay,
Steady
main
progress.
actress.
What about your parents? One of your parents was a reverend, yes?
He is a reverend.
He is still a reverend.
Yes, Kefa Sempanji.
Uh-huh. How was that growing up? Especially saying you were very naughty and you were
Yeah.
a tomboy.
Well, for him, he really supports art. I won't lie. Because I remember every time my dad and my mom never used to, come at par with what I had to do. But he'd always say, okay, it's the arts.
Okay.
It's the arts. Push her. I would say, Mommy, there's this play I want to be part of. And Mommy would be like, books, books, books. And I'd be like, Daddy, And then Daddy would be like, okay, it's art. It's art. He was
Okay.
really supportive of my art. Up to date, he still supports the art.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice. So even in school you were involved. Was it just acting or did you ever try singing as well?
I actually did
in
try
one of
singing.
many dance groups.
I did some dance groups as well because we never used to stay far from the Obsessions back in the day. So I'd always visit their house and sit around. And,
Oh, you live close by to them?
Yeah, just
Okay.
not so like 10 minutes away from their house back in the day. So when I heard about it, I was like, I keep visiting because we had like a relation with one of them.
Okay.
So I'd always be the girl stayed there watching them dance and do their thing. And I'd be like, I want to do something. And then one day I did a play called To Love Is To Die as one of the dancers. And that's when Kwezi discovered me. You know Kwezi Kaganda?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's a good director. So he told me, you should act, like do something more. And I was like what? I just want to dance and, be part of something. And then he said, okay, I'll call you up someday if I have something coming up.
So what did you want to be when you were little? Because, clearly you love the acting, but
Yeah.
did you want to be an actress or you were
wanted to be
thinking of
on
something
TV.
else? You wanted to be on TV?
Basically. So I actually tried presenting, I tried singing, I tried dancing until like my heart just led me to the acting side of it. I was discovered all the way there. So I tried presenting in my first year, freshman.
Oh.
So
Where was that?
that was 20 what? When was I in first year? 2011, 2010?
Okay.
Yeah. So I did K Files right after Flavia had left.
Yes, I remember
For a short time, I did K Files, and it was a bit like a rush course. You're now in the limelight, you're presenting, you're growing so fast. And then along the way, that's when Kwezi, asked me to join
So
the
that's
hostel.
why you were doing K-Files?
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't want to stay on doing that or you just saw the
I actually
opportunity?
stayed on, and then
For how long?
kind of died out after. I did it for a few months, actually. Almost a year.
Okay.
Then it just died out. Like, I think the sponsors fell out or something. And then, lucky enough, like the next week or something before we closed K Files, I was approached. So that's when Kwezi calls me and is like, there's a role for you I want you to audition for. And I'm thinking, China, Uganda, and I don't know if it will sell, but okay, let me try. And back in the day, I had my blonde hair, I had my piercings everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And he said, okay, pass by the office. And then I go to Luzira, and he says, okay, you're a born-again actress who is really prayerful and so natural. And I'm thinking, have you seen me? Do you see what you're telling me to do? Like
what,
okay.
completely different?
Yeah, 2 different people. So I was like, okay, fine, let's try. So the people who are seated waiting for me to act were like, but she doesn't even look like it. Everyone's like, she doesn't even look like, what is she going to do? She has piercings, she has blonde hair. So I go to the bathroom and just brush back my hair, take off my earrings, and then I come back. And then I just go like, hi, my name is Hope Nalumasi, and I am... And everyone is like, wow, like...
It was like transformation.
Yeah, I just changed, like switched, completely. And Kyo was like, I believed in you. I knew you would do this.
So he saw you on stage and he saw something
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
And he kept pushing, always call me, why don't you come and try something? Come try something. Until this one time I was like, okay, fine, Kwezi, let's try this. And that was the hostel. So he was my beginning.
That was your beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, we shall get back to your beginning. Right now, though, I'm going to ask you for your first request. You gave me Miguel's Adorn. Why did you pick this? You should see the smile on her face. Okay.
Have you listened to the lyrics?
Yes, let my love.
Just listen to the
adorn you.
lyrics. Just play it for the people.
For the people.
You know why I love it.
It sounds like there's something...
An attachment to it. Yes, but I like to share my attachments. Somebody's here in studio with me, by the way.
Yes,
We might
can
be
I just
dancing
say,
along to it.
hubby dearest is actually here and she just gave him a kasai dai. Okay, here's the song Adorn. Selfie time, I see you.
I know. I'm trying to post that book and listen in.
Okay, so make sure you get in touch online. We are Instagram live as well. That is Crystal A. Newman. And then also on Facebook, you'll see a little bit there. And then later, of course, the interview will be available on YouTube. But right now, we're live coming from Sanyu FM 88.2. Now, you were saying that you got your first proper acting gig in the hostel.
Yeah.
Okay. So you come, and it had already started.
No.
Oh, that was right from the start.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
before there was a cast they tried to use for a pilot, then they cancelled the cast, and then that's when we were invited, the new cast. Then
as in they look for a completely new cast.
Yeah.
Okay. Why was that?
it didn't even air. It was like a pilot thing,
Just a
which
pilot.
we watched, and they said, okay, that's your character. I want you to try out. That's you. That's you. Then we had to try out the new things, and then we were the main cast.
Was it challenging? Because like you said, at first you're like, TV in
was,
Uganda.
yeah.
Because clearly you had an idea where you wanted to go with acting.
Yeah. But then somehow it was quite challenging when I saw the kind of, production, the crew. I saw the crew, the director himself, Kwezi Kaganda, and I'm thinking, this could actually be something, yeah? This could be worth it. And then here I was just lost K files, and I was like, okay, I need to earn more money anyway. So let's jump onto the next wagon, the hostel.
Okay.
So I joined the hostel like that.
Okay. And work related, apart from working on K files, were you working anywhere else at the
No.
time or before that?
Well, before that, I tried to work with I've forgotten the name of the I'm sorry. Oh, if you're listening in, I'm sorry, sir. I tried to work with a small company that used to do like, naming mugs and branding stuff.
Okay.
For a few months, then I quit because it wasn't my kind of sales job. That's when I did care files, and then, the hostel happened. And you were asking me if it was a challenge trying to act in the hostel. It was quite a big challenge because I was so different from this typical born-again girl and
Character.
my actual self back in the day. And then I had to grow into this person, literally. And it was in quite a short time because they said, okay, you got the role and we're going to be filming 4 months from now. Basically, you come for workshops and then we'll start filming. And I'm thinking, okay, I need to remove that tint in my hair. How do these people act? How do I? So it took me some months. When I got home, I tried to look around my home area to see who is that kind of girl, like Hope, that I can, mimic and live like. And then, I got someone who I stole from some some things to mimic, and then I kind of grew to love her, and I said, I could be reaching out to so many girls out there who are like Hope. So I grew to love the character and then grew in it. And
How long were you doing the hostel? How long did you do that?
the hostel took us about 3 years. Yeah, so we did 3
And
years.
it became so big.
Yeah.
It became huge.
surprisingly.
But the funny thing is, I have a feeling a lot of people, even now when they meet you, they'll call you Hope.
They still do, Crystal. I have to go and then they say, oh, I'm sorry I called you Hope, but okay, what's your real name? And I say, Eleanor. Ellie what? Eleanor. Say, you know what, just say Elena. It's okay.
Elena. Okay, so I think people, like you said, you're very vibrant, you're very jumpy, bouncy, because I've seen you on the red carpet. I have to tell you, I've seen her on the red carpet. She's got this gorgeous dress on, and then when it's time to move, she just reaches down, lifts the dress up, and starts like at full speed. I'm like, what's
Like,
the
why do I have to
rush?
go through all this? Like, I'm so bouncy. Like I said, I'm more of a bouncy Tommy.
Tomboy kind of person.
Yeah.
Okay, so people started recognizing you. How did you feel about that?
At first it was like, okay, this can't be happening. Like you're moving somewhere. I remember you're still like, how old was I in the hostel? I was 21, 20.
Because you just like more or less come straight
from
school.
university.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, doing university at the same time. So I was like 20, no car, no what. And then people see you like, those days we used to hang at Shantos. There used to be a place for ice cream on Kampala Road. But it was normal for young people to go there, hang out with their peers and, have ice cream. But when they find you then you're like, why are you hanging here? Like, you should be like somewhere else. And I'm thinking, can I just have my ice cream here? It's not normal. No. Then you can't take a border. Then you come in a taxi and you're thinking, my life is changing so fast, what do I do as a celebrity? And then you're always doing the wrong thing. You can't hang here. You can't do that. And I said to myself, you know what? No, I'm going to be myself.
Because
You
that's
take
a
it or leave
lot.
it.
That's a lot. And you were really young as well.
Yeah, I was still young. I said, I'm going to live my life. I don't care what you judge me as. And I remember back in the day, I had all these tabloids coming out about her on a table, her dancing somewhere, her doing this. And I was like, I'll still be me. So,
Okay. So you're like, I'm not phased. I'm going to go out, have a good time, party, and live my life.
yeah.
Good.
Kept it natural.
Okay. All right. And then you met Hubby Dearest on the set.
I did.
He kind of told us his version of how you met. but that's his version. Why is he here? Anyway,
I know. Should have
you
stayed
tell
like
me.
outside.
How did you meet?
Well, the first time I actually saw him was at the offices. We had gone for the workshops when they chose the first cast.
Okay.
So here we were seated, and then we get in, and everyone is talking about this guy who's feeling sweet.
He was feeling sweet.
I can't forget that day because we came in, and I remember I'd been out the night before with all the other girls, and then we come in, and everyone is talking about, oh, there's this guy Gilo, and he feels like he's a cute one. He feels sweet. He just sits by himself. And I'm like, I can't wait to see this dude they're talking about. I think I'm going to just look at him and tell him, put him in his place. So we walk in, and they're like, you see that guy? He's that one down there under the tree. You know, the guy with the black shades. You know. So I see him from a distance, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Okay. moving on swiftly.
Yeah, because then I wasn't even looking for a guy, or, you know, it was just about having fun and acting and chilling. But slowly we became friends. And everyone's like, how do you talk to that guy? Like, you guys just, you know, we just connected, literally talking, and became friends, and more than friends. And then more than friends.
And then you got married.
Yeah.
In a fairy tale wedding. I remember that the article that covered it was like fairy tale wedding.
It was a fairy tale wedding. Everything happened so fast.
How fast is so fast?
So fast. I think we dated for 2 years, a year and a half. Yeah, more like 2 years. Then the next year he proposed. Then I had an introduction. Then I was pregnant. Then I had a baby. Then you had the wedding. And everything was just going like, oh, you guys are cute. Oh, you guys, everything is happening. And, well, I bless God for it. Yeah.
Okay. How did he propose? Of course, we want to know.
I still can't forget that.
Oh.
He called me for a sleepover. And, hi, mommy, hi, daddy. I did not sleep with him that night. But... You know, back in the day, guy calls you for a sleepover, and you're like, okay, I won't come back today. Okay. So early in the morning, about 6:30, because he had a day job to go to, and I would always be down house to wake up and, you know, get out. But then early in the morning, I wake up to go to the kitchen and get some water. So I walk in the dark, switch on the light. But you know, when you're getting a ball with your hand, and I saw a ring on my finger.
What?
He was, oh my God. So I was freaking out. Here I am. A guy's home. There's a ring on my finger. I was thinking, we didn't drink yesterday. No, we are quite normal. Okay, how did you get on my finger? Did I sleep that much? And like a few seconds in the kitchen, and I turned back. I said, okay, now let me go ask the questions. So I turned back, and then he's there in the corridor waiting for me. And then he knelt down, and I was thinking, Matthew, stand up. You cannot ambush me like this. Like, stand up, get up already. And he's like, no, okay, will you marry me? And I'm thinking, no, I can't clean. Okay, I can't cook. Okay, I won't be able to do this. What if I can't raise kids? I don't have high heels. I don't have cute dresses. Like, I'm not a wife. I'm not. And then he said, calm down. I'll teach you step by step. I said, okay, now it's all happening. Well, I said, well, I think it's time. I mean, I'm done with school. And okay, yes, I'll marry you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I have not heard that before. You woke up in the morning and there was a ring on your finger.
There was a ring on my finger. And then I was thinking,
what did I miss? What happened last night?
He's lucky it was quite big anyway, because after that, I remember we had to go reduce it, and then it had to fit me right. And
Okay. So then you got married, and then, like you said, 3 babies.
Yeah.
This is in the space of like 5 years?
How many years? Okay, the first is 5, 3, and then 1. So each had 2 years in between. Yeah. Okay.
So your life, like you said, has changed so quickly. If we're going to look at the last 6 years, let's say, so much has happened.
Much.
Now you talked about like you were still at school while you were acting in the hostel.
Yeah.
Were you able to juggle that? Because for many people, they'll just give up on school, or they'll take a dead year. Were you able to finish?
Well, I come from a very strict family background. Like, you know, my dad, my mom, and everyone is, you know, PhD, masters, PhD. No one has like just few grades. And they always told me, whatever you do out there, we want our papers. And then I told myself, I want to be on TV, but I also need papers on the side. Anything comes up in life, you can take it.
Okay.
So I told myself, I'm going to study, and I won't have a retake in life. I'm just going to finish it and give you the papers, and I'll go back to TV. Okay. So I said, I'll do this for my parents.
And you did.
So I did. I passed highly, and then gave them the degree. I said, yeah, I finished science in IT. Okay. There you go. But I'm back to TV. I'm going back to what I want to do. Okay, so we'll get back to that. Your next song now, your next request was Should Have Been Me from Naughty Boy and Kyla. Why this one? I love the song. Just listen to the lyrics. Like I said before, the lyrics just push me to love a song.
So you're a lyrics girl. You pay
I
attention
do
to what they're
a lot.
singing
You know,
about.
I read scripts and novels a lot. So I listen to, I just don't love songs. Like you see, my selection is quite old.
Some of them. Mhm.
Yeah, because the meaning of the song is, quite deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Should have been me.
It should have been me every time I close my eyes.
It is 88.2 Sanyu FM, and here with me on Celeb Select today, I have Eleanor Nabwiso.
Hi.
Yes, and she's telling us she told us about her proposal, how she woke up in the morning and she went to get water in the kitchen and there was a ring on her finger. So you talked about like how your family was very serious about academics and you had to do your degree and hand over your papers and then you could go back to acting. But you said that your dad was supporting your acting.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the hostel, what happened next? Was it just about, family life? What was going on in your life?
Well, after the hostel, I had just had my first baby. Then I had the second baby in between because then we had a break off and there was no acting for like a year. So we said, why not? Let's have a second baby. So we took off time for family and then we thought about it and said, well, we've been acting for quite some time. Why should we just waste our talent? Why should we look for roles out there? We tried to, contact people. I went to Kenya for auditions. I went to Nigeria. And then here I was thinking, hold on. We can actually start our own production house and our own company and do our own movies. And that's when my husband was like, I'm quitting my job. And here I was panicking, thinking, what do we do? And then he
That
said,
must have been very scary.
so scary. Your life crashes upon you and you're like, okay, now what? Okay, now what do we do? And he said, we're going to start our own film company. And he said, I want the best for you because you've been trying to go for auditions. You've been trying to do things. They call us like 4 times and they say, okay, change your hair. Okay, put it this way. Okay, still look exotic. Okay, change. And you're thinking, okay, let's do our own production house. Then we get our own roles and do our own movies. So that was beginning of Nabwiso Films. Yeah.
Okay, so you took the leap and you both decided to make it happen. So
Yeah.
what was the first film that you did?
Our first movie was called Rain. I don't know if you got to watch it. Rain, which we premiered last year but one and still airing around. We've sold it to a couple of companies in the US, South Africa, Rwanda. It's still everywhere.
Okay. And like you said, it was very scary thinking about it because I think if you look at the movie industry, the film industry in Uganda, it has grown so much
Yeah.
in the last few years, but really rapidly in a short space of time. So did you really truly believe that there would be a market, like let's say here in Uganda for the films, or were you looking, okay, let's make Ugandan content, but which can go abroad and sell abroad?
Well, our vision as Nabwiso Films was actually to make content that's going to sell abroad.
Okay.
Because we tried to watch Ugandan movies and we thought, what's lacking? I mean, we've had workshops and everyone's like, we want to sell our content. Everyone says there's no content in Uganda. We've been to multi-choice and they say there's no content. I'm thinking, people have like 10 movies. People have 20 movies here in Uganda.
Why?
We've watched them. Why won't you buy them? And they said, okay, the thing is the quality.
Okay.
So we had to look at all the specs they want, the kind of camera you have to use, the kind of angles you have to use, the kind of color grading they want for multi-choice or any other station across the universe for that matter. And then we did our first project called Rain. We put our all in it, closed our eyes and
that costs a lot of
put
money when you're
everything in
talking
it,
about
yes.
like really expensive cameras.
we had the best crew on board, the best editors on board, and we did something and closed our eyes and said whatever comes back will pay off. And then
Because for
we
many
did Rain,
people, at
and
least
it has paid off with so many accolades. We've been nominated
Yes.
about 21 times, and out of all that we have 11 accolades.
I know,
stocked up.
because you decided to take this leap together. We had seen you, of course, on the Hostel. Matthew had done quite a few roles as well. And then all of a sudden, it's like for many people who didn't know what was going on in the background, they suddenly saw, okay, the two of you up there winning
Yeah.
all these awards, being nominated at this film festival and that film festival. And then in between, it was always, like you said, the cutest couple. But you are the cutest couple.
Thank
though.
you.
You're one of our celebrity couples. We're like, yes, they're ours.
Yeah.
So, but all that work that went on in the background, then you also had 2 young children. As you, Eleanor, how are you
Yeah.
handling that?
I should say every time I get up, I tell myself I am built for this. Well, anyway, no, that reality is I've grown up loving dolls a lot and having your own baby. I still don't know why women complain about motherhood, because I've had it quite smooth. Like even when they scream, my husband is like, how do you take it? And I'm like, kids have to shout, it's part of them. And I've kind of grown to love having my own babies. Like, so they were more like my toys. It's not like I'm saying it's so easy, but then if you love holding things with you, so you'd find me the baby here, prom here, bugs here, and everyone is thinking, aren't you breaking your back? I'm thinking, I'm enjoying this, because I think motherhood is about enjoying it.
Yes,
So I won't say it
I
was
think
so
a lot of
easy,
women
but then,
forget that.
yeah, you forget, it's your child, you had the child, so enjoy it. I enjoy every time. I mean, if they're pooping in my hands or screaming in my ear, I tell myself, we shall overcome. Soon you'll be 20 years and out of my house. Soon you'll be 20 years.
Oh my.
But I'm not saying it's easy. I mean, it's what you take it as, I took it as something I'm going to enjoy doing. And if I had to run anywhere, I'm so grateful my mom is still alive. So if we had to do set for about 8 hours or more hours, I'll just call my mom and say, Mommy, I have to go. Work is
Okay.
calling. So keep them. And then being away from them, I would know they're quite safe.
Yes,
in the hands of my
that
mother.
helps. If
Yeah.
you have a mother or someone close to help you, that is so important.
That's very important. My mother, my big sister, it's quite helpful when you're away and thinking, it's all right, I can sleep on the set and come back for them. Yeah.
And how has it been like being a celebrity couple for you? Is it just the way it always was and no big deal, or has it been difficult?
But for us, we don't want to take it as a big deal. We always keep it real. Even if if you phoned me back at home, you'd go like, hey, but I'll just go back and like put makeup and, walk on the street. No. We jog together, put a rubbish, like, not rubbish, but raggedy shorts on and T-shirts and go jogging around the village and come home. And we try to keep it real. You don't want to fake it till you leave it. We just leave it.
Okay.
So people look up to us, but we say, well, you're going to love us for who we are. We don't pretend much. Even as you see, I post anything, it's real. It's that real time. I won't first go to a studio and then pause and then say, make life matter. Where do people get that time from?
Well, some people out there, they gotta slay.
No. I keep it real. I think everyone should know the reality of this world.
Yes, the reality of parenting, the reality
motherhood,
of
being an
marriage as
actress,
well, which is
yeah.
always a tricky bit as well, and being an actress. Because
And we've been blessed because we're a Christian couple. So everything we do goes back to we're inspiring someone out there. So I'm grateful people look at us as the celebrity couple that inspires them and all. So every time we do stuff, it's more like, let's do this for us, for God, and for the universe.
Okay, we're going to listen to yet another request from Eleanor right now. This one is John Rambo from Shiba.
Oh, Shiba, I love Shiba.
You just love her.
I love Shiba. I love her. She's come a long way, and how she's grown into this Shiba right now. If you know her past,
you're
she
saying
is
like
something.
you knew her from Obsessions.
I knew her from
back
Obsessions.
then.
Yeah, when she just joined there, and I saw her struggle to get up there. And now I'm glad. Karma is karma is real. She's.
No, I do keep on keeping on, 'cause my love is true. I don't need no one, 'cause I want you. And I want you to know you're my only, you're my rainbow, my only, my rainbow.
So now, like you talked about Rain, your first movie, you put so much into it to make sure that it was at a quality, a standard that you
Yeah.
could sell outside Uganda, and you've been nominated in so many different film festivals. What are you working on right now? Because now there's pressure. The pressure is on.
Actually, after Rain, we had the most pressure ever because the industry looked up to Nabwiso films. Everywhere you go, they'll call Nabwiso films, and you're thinking, okay, we just finished Rain. What do we do that's going to add up to what Rain was like? And we've been sitting quite a lot, making meetings for what's coming up. And yes, you have quite a lot in stock.
Okay.
Soon. This year has to be a
'Cause
blessing
when
for us
Matthew
as well.
teased a little bit, he teased a little bit when he was here before that you're working on some projects. So
Did you
hopefully-
say?
Yes, a little bit.
Ah, well,
so you can
you'll
share.
see. I don't want to jinx it.
You know
you
what
have to wait for it, and we
Okay.
launch it properly, and then you get to watch it.
So have
I don't
you
want to jinx
started
it.
started on the production?
We
yet?
did actually. We've done a whole recording of a season.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking about. You don't want to tell us anymore.
Yeah, then we've done some other projects for some companies, which you'll see soon as well. Like I said, we'll premiere things slowly, and then
Okay.
you get in the know.
So you've been very busy
We have been busy.
and
Yeah.
blessed.
We've been blessed and busy.
Blessed
Give
and
glory
busy.
to God.
All right. Okay, so are you still like a tomboy? Because I mean, you talk about not wearing makeup and all of that, but are you still the same person? Because some people like to say that, you know, once, especially you get on TV or you get in the media, that some people change. But you said
failed,
that
I
you two are
failed.
the same. You failed.
I failed. Even sometimes when you try to like put lipstick and we're going somewhere like an event, then you get to eat that, you know, when they provide a cocktail and all, and you're thinking, "Ah, you know what, the pictures are done. Yeah, let's
You wipe rid of the.
let's
you
get
wipe
into
the-
this. Yeah, I'm not trying to get this cancer going." No, but I fail. Like even my nails, when they grow really long, I start biting on the sides. And Matthew always says, "Your nails look like a man's nails. Can't you do something?" And I'm like, "Well, pay for it. If I can go sit somewhere and someone does it for me, and I'll have it for a week, the most, and I'll take them
A
off.
week.
Like I'm done with these acrylics. I can't."
Wow. Okay. so I mean, your life has been, you know, it sounds like you kind of just were serious about school, then you started acting, and then it's just been working in that direction that you've wanted. For many people, they don't find their way, or they try this and they try that.
Yeah.
What do you think has been your lucky charm, should I say?
I shouldn't say it's a lucky charm. It's more of a blessing and more of getting to focus on something. I won't say I didn't go around trying to look for other things, because there are times we'd get to film and you're thinking, okay, yes, I've got this much money, but now you have children, you have a husband, there are birthdays, there's parties, you're married, you have to contribute to people's weddings, and we're thinking, you know what? This can't cover it all. Can we just go get other jobs again and try to, you know, do this? I tried opening up a shop. I was selling like African outfits and gomeses and stuff, and it still didn't work out because I didn't have time for it. Literally, I sat there for like 2 months, and people knew I was selling there. Then they'd come by.
Okay.
Then when I had to go back to the filming and left it, people stopped coming by because I was never there. Then I started working in losses, and I said, you know what, just close it. It's not working for us.
Okay.
Then we tried farming. We did goats, we got rabbits, we tried everything. And then along the way, you're not supervising it. You were earning in the beginning, now you stopped because you're busy on set. You know, set takes the whole day. You're morning to evening.
You work till 3 in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes the whole day, 24 hours. And you said, you know, you're not supervising it. Animals are dying, you're not there. She said, just close it. And we said, why are we wasting money in different areas of life? Let's focus on film and make it happen. So when you close all chapters in life and you say, we're going to focus on film and make it work, that's when you go. Like the word I should say is focus.
Okay.
Focus. And if you're blessed with that, it will work out for you.
Okay.
So you're pushing it with all your energy and you're going to get from it.
Okay. I was reading, you said that the one thing about you is you're fearless. And you're not afraid of anything.
Yeah.
Does that still stand?
It still does until I got pregnant, though, you know. Women out there, I won't lie. When you're pregnant, it's a matter of life and death, literally. The first months are fine because I've not had a rough pregnancy at all.
Okay.
It's just a belly in front of me, and then I get to that day when I have two.
Okay.
But the most painful, fearful moment in my life was when you know the baby's coming in a few hours. The labor pains, the fact that you're in there and you're on machines and injections. I don't get sick. I'm blessed. I do not.
Okay.
The first time I got the whole cramping and all, I thought I was going to die. So I was so scared. I kept telling myself, why did I get myself to this? What am I doing here? How do women do this? Why am I? I remember squeezing Matthew's hands and everywhere in that room and thinking to God, I'm going to kill somebody. That was my first fear in life. Because you don't know if you're going to survive or the baby will survive or both of you will survive.
Because, you just don't know.
Yeah, but other than that, I can do it all. But but when you had the first one, then the pain disappears. The next day, you're like, oh, did I have some pain?
That's the only way you can have another one.
Yeah, then you go
remember
like
that pain. There's
yeah,
no way.
it goes. I think God was, God is so good because he just let it go, The next day you're conversing for people. Oh, the pain was a few hours. I mean, I had 11 hours of labor for my first. Then the second 12 hours. Then the next was 11 again. The third was a week, literally.
I'm sorry, what do you mean a week?
Because
Your little girl? A week?
my little girl was a whole week because she came early and the doctor said you can't have her. You have to wait. So I was given medicine to wait.
Okay.
But
then
that
you
whole
still
week,
had
when the medicine got finished, then the pain came back. So every hour I had 5 minutes of labor, 5 minutes of labor. Until on Friday she gave way and she was like, I have to get out of here.
Wow.
I couldn't hold it anymore, so we went in and
Well, the beauty
quite
is you have your
something.
little girl.
Yeah, the
so-
beauty is you get the kids and they look so pretty and nice, and
And
you're
it's
like,
worth it.
yeah, it's worth it. That was my first fear in life. So basically,
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. You've been so much fun. Pleasure
thanks for having
you.
me. It's always fun coming to the radio station.
Now, you said one thing, like you like the two of you, especially as a couple, you do together is you try and make sure that you have focus so that you
Yeah.
can get things done. What other advice can you give to so many young women who look up to you, who want to be actresses as well? But it's rough. It's not easy to get roles and to get recognition.
Well, I should say, don't give up. Don't give up. The times you get somewhere and you're saying to yourself, you know what, I think I'm done with this. Let me just leave it. But don't give up and keep pushing. Like my mom always says, make your good better, make your better best, and never let it rest. So you're going to push. If someone says no to you, no is more of a push in life. Someone says no, go to the next person. No, go to the next person. I mean, I hate begging. I hate begging. But if you have to get 3 no's in life, by the time you get to the top, just keep it in your mind that one day the guys who say no to you are going to call you.
Make we